was...
Time may change me. I can trace that. What the moons change their size, but never leave the street.
The Week in Rock is brought to you this week by Honda, makers of fine quality automobiles.
According to the latest estimates, Earth will soon be inhabited by more than 5.2 billion people. Where will they all fit?
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. Get full flavor, feeling carefree. Get full flavor, get it all, feeling carefree.
Spearmint and peppermint carefree gum, now with NutraSweet.
Why, yes. They are Bugle Boy jeans.
Thank you.
Double Dragon 2, The Revenge for your Nintendo Entertainment System. The best action game ever from Acclaim.
If you drink and drive, whatever happens is no accident.
Hi, I'm Tom Hanks, and this is The Big Picture, a TV show about movie stars, movie music, and movie sets. You know, movie stuff.
It's fabulously freaky.
This week on The Big Picture, we'll take a look at new movies from Tom Hanks, Rob Lowe, and Kid and Play. We've got heroes and subs on the Big Five Countdown, and we'll talk about Coupe de Ville with our special guest, Arye Gross. Hi, I'm Chris Connelly, senior editor of Premiere Magazine, and welcome to another edition of The Big Picture here on MTV. You know, it was Not Was who said that the three great struggles of life were man versus nature, man versus woman, and man versus the empire brain building. Words to live by, says me, although this week's big lineup of movies making their debut brings a new conflict to grapple with. Man versus the Volcano. Actually, more specifically, Joe versus the Volcano, a surreal comedy drama hero myth, really, in which Tom Hanks is told that he's got a brain cloud and agrees to jump into a volcano to save a South Pacific tribe. Now, along the way, he discovers Meg Ryan and the meaning of life and this volcano thing we were talking about.
Joe Banks has the most horrible job in the world. He's losing his soul at it. He finds out he's going to die because he has a brain cloud. He's offered a job to jump into a volcano, repeats about God that a bunch of islanders believe in, that's somewhere in the South Seas. He says, sure, well, he's got nothing else to lose, so he flies off to Los Angeles where he meets the daughter of the guy who hired him, who wants to commit suicide, but he says he's convinced the doctor out of it, and he gets on the boat with the other daughter, beautiful Meg Ryan, and sails off to the South Pacific. But before he gets there, a storm comes up, and a lightning bolt sinks the ship, and he's able to live only because he bought 4 trunks that probably makes a raft out and floats and it gets to the island. Then at the end, he jumps in the volcano.
Oh, really? I thought, oh my God, to play 3 different people in a movie, and they're all so different.
Hello, Patricia. Hello, Angelica. Well, you're in a rotten mood. It's the sunshine. Gets me down.
Patricia, I liked her strength. I liked that she out of all of them lives really the most fully because she takes the most chances.
Stop right there! I love you. I've fallen in love with you. And now you're gonna kill yourself.
Can you give us a minute? Somewhere during the filming, I asked, Meg, are we going to be friends for a long, long time? And she said, yeah, and I was very happy because of that.
What can you say? He's just the greatest.
I love you too. I've never been in love with anybody before either. It's great. I am glad. But the timing stinks. I gotta go.
Boy, Ryan really tears it up in this movie in a triple role, but the true star, I guess, is John Patrick Shanley, who wrote and directed the film. Also coming out this week is Bad Influence, a movie that stars two guys who in recent months have become virtual poster boys for the camcorder industry. There's James Spader, who turned his video cam on Andy McDowell in Sex, Lies, and Videotape, and Rob Lowe, who turned his video cam on, well, let's just say in Atlanta. Boy, remember all those chuckleheads who said Rob's very personal contribution to America's Funniest Home Videos would hurt his career? Ha! Best career move this side of the Betty Ford Clinic. In fact, if I were Kirk Cameron, I'd be setting up my tripod right now. Anyway, in Bad Influence, Lowe plays an enigmatic drifter who gets a bummed-out yuppie to come completely under his sway. In fact, Lowe winds up videotaping Spader in the act. And if you have to ask what act, well, you're just not paying attention.
How far will you go to get what you want? When does it stop bending the rules? What would you do if you were offered a deal with the devil?
Devil inside, every single one of us, the devil inside.
Patterson. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No. Come on. Patterson. Patterson. What kind of man are you that you drink to your enemies?
He pulls you in. He's so charismatic, and he's such a, I think he's a guy you want to be around. Things happen around him. He makes things happen.
It's a question of balls. And do you have the cojones or don't you?
But there's a price to pay, and that is that once you're under his spell, you know, you're truly his pawn.
Kill him. Yes. And if you didn't kill him, I would. I told him that this morning. I went to get the donuts.
Also coming out this week is Love at Large, with Tom Berenger, Elizabeth Perkins, Ann Archer, Kate Capshaw, Annette O'Toole, Ann Magnuson. Sounds like a casting call, doesn't it? Like all up for the same role. Anyway, it's the story of Private Eye Harry Dobbs, who's called in to trail a mysterious man and winds up stumbling over another would-be investigator.
Bellhop says she's still not back in her room.
But you said that her clothes were still there.
Yeah.
So we know that she didn't leave permanently. If she left alone.
Right. We?
Yeah, you need a dictionary, you and me.
That ain't written anywhere.
No, Harry, this case is way too spread out. You need a partner.
You're looking at my partner.
All right, Harry, fine. You can be the boss. I was just trying to help you solve this thing.
Why?
Because it's so exciting.
Oh, Annie Oakley.
Yeah, when there's a gun in my hand.
Yeah? Whose gun?
And, of course, Love at Large is directed by Alan Rudolph, who did Welcome to L.A. and Choose Me and movies like that. Now, here's a genre you don't see that much of these days, an epic that's also a buddy movie. I mean, it's not like Gandhi and somebody else. Yes, Mountains of the Moon goes into wide release this week. It's the pretty much true story of the European search for the origins of the Nile in the 19th century. It stars Patrick Bergin as the virile Irish explorer Richard Burton, Ian Glenn as his sexually repressed comrade turned adversary, and the African countryside in all of its fierce beauty.
Burton really enjoyed and was curious about the people he met on his journeys, about everything he saw. That was the prize for him, whereas Speak, the glittering prize, was the end of the journey.
Don't be offended. It's a blessing. It's all right. The bargain has been made. Try some?
Why can't those guys just shake hands like other people? When we return, we'll talk to Arye Gross of Coupe de Ville, and we'll check out the Kid and Play movie. I'll take a shower. I'll be right back.
MTV's Big Picture is sponsored this evening by Burger King.
The winds of change are blowing with a sandwich made a whole new way. It's topped with ripe tomato, crisp lettuce, creamy ranch dressing, and a fresh oat bran bun. And at the heart of it, there's tender white meat chicken, flame broiled to perfection. The way only one place can. Introducing the BK Broiler. To make a great tasting chicken sandwich, sometimes you gotta break the rules.
In the beginning, Volkswagen built the Beetle, the original small car. They then built the Golf, the classic sporty small car. Then came the Polo, the ultimate practical small car. And now Volkswagen, famous for their great small cars, introduce a great big one. The new Volkswagen Passat. It's built like all Volkswagens. Strong, aerodynamic, well-designed, comfortable, spacious, reliable. In fact, it's everything you'd expect from a Volkswagen, only bigger. The new Volkswagen Passat, now available in America, with Fahrvergnügen.
This is our model customer. A man who knows how to treat a pair of Arye Gross trainers. We admire his insensitivity to our products. That's why we're proud to have him in our shoes. After all, we've got an image to maintain.
Hot, man, think this is hot? Once it was so hot, this Pepsi like saved my life, dude. See, I was cruising with Wayne after the radical haircut. It was so hot, the trees were on fire, dogs were taking their coats off, whole buildings were wilting, the steering wheels like melting on my hands. So we pulled in this Chinese, Japanese, Mexican place and asked for the most ginormous Pepsi. Takes 4 waitresses just to carry it, only they slip. And there's this humongous Pepsi wave. Wow, it's just like surfing Malibu, you're kissing a Hollywood starlet. The most excellent Pepsi ever, and I swear, every word is true.
MTV Weekends, your favorite music, shows, and special events, non-stop from Friday night to Sunday night. Don't worry, Monday you can go back to work and relax. MTV Weekends, 24 hours a day, twice.
Hey, yo, I'm Play, the fellow with the low funky dreads.
And I'm Kid, the fellow with the high top fade.
Together we're Kid and Play, and you're checking out the Big Picture on MTV.
How you doing, Chris?
And Chris Connelly back with you here on MTV's The Big Picture. I'll be talking with Arye Gross of Coupe de Ville in just a moment. First, though, well, it's house party time. Yes, this appealingly unpretentious feature, which stars those rapping cut-ups Kid and Play, is already getting some really good word of mouth. It even won a prize at a recent film festival. It's produced and directed by the Hudlin brothers, who are 2 of the founders of the Black Filmmakers Foundation. And we brought our cameras to its LA premiere. Have a look.
Okay, so where we're on our way to? The house party.
The plot is, I'm Play, I'm giving a party while my parents are out of town. My homeboy Kid wants to come to the party.
There's a party tonight at Peter's house. Can I go?
He got in trouble earlier in school with full force. A gang of bullies was trying to beat him down. His father won't let him come. Kid decides to sneak out the house. His father falls asleep. He comes out to my party.
Yo, y'all look who fell into the gig.
Party toilet gets broken. Toilet gets broken.
What? This party is at
everything that happens once they get to the party. And this is Steve Campbell, who plays my best friend, who really is my best friend. We have to say that.
Two finest women in here. Now, how could a man choose?
He better choose right.
Oh, I saw it already, and it's very good, so I want to see it again.
Beautiful picture that represents new attitude about filmmaking.
And I'm the one throwing the party. I think I got it going on. I'm kind of crude in certain things I do, but hey, it's all about the love.
He's like an auctioneer. I got going on. And,
got a party, going once, going twice. Go on.
Okay, well, also opening up this week is Coupe de Ville. It's the story of three brothers in 1963 and the car they all have to drive down from Michigan to Florida for their mother's 50th birthday at the request of their father. It stars Patrick Dempsey, Daniel Stern, and our special guest, Arye Gross. Thanks for coming in.
Sure.
You're just back from Berlin, is that right?
Yeah, I was in the Berlin Film Festival.
Bring us, you know, any postcards or, you know, wall
They confiscated the 10-foot section of the wall that I tried to bring through customs.
Kind of tough to get through the metal detector, isn't it?
Yeah, well, because they have those rebarbs in them that...
Now, you play the middle brother in this. That's not always the glamorous role, is it? But you're the one who's got the love interest this time.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm the middle brother and sort of the peacemaker, but if I can just get my brothers down in Florida, then I can get to the girl that I'm going to ask to marry me.
So that all, but obviously getting your brothers there and remaining on good terms with your brother is a difficult thing throughout.
Yeah, well, the setup of the movie is basically we haven't been on good terms for 3 to 5 years or however long it's been since we last saw each other.
And here's just an example of one of the arguments you can get into, a discussion about one of the great rock and roll songs of all time. Here's a look at Coupe de Ville.
Oh no, hey babe, let's dance real slow. What are you singing? Louie, oh baby, got you way down low.
I got you way down low?
Those are the words. It's a hump song.
What's a hump song?
When you hump, it's about humping.
Oh, get off.
Listen. I take her parking all alone. She's never a gal I lay at home.
They're not the words.
Are you the only guy in the world who has never heard these lyrics? It's a hump song. It's about humping.
It's about being in love and dancing.
9, 10, I lay her again. See, did you hear that?
Did he say lay?
Yes.
He said lay, didn't he? Oh my God, it's dirty. It's a dirty song.
You also have one of the most spectacular and longest vomit scenes, perhaps, in the history of car travel.
Thank you. Very important to me that I've been able to show the nation just what it's like to get car sick. And there's a long tradition of people throwing up in films recently, so I feel very proud to be a part of that.
And you're on a bridge for this too, so it gets extended all the more.
Yeah, it's a little hard to pull over, so.
Well, congratulations with that. You should feel proud. Actually, it's a fun movie. Thanks for coming in and telling us about it.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're delighted to do it. Arye Gross of Coupe de Ville, and stick around. We've got the news. Well, let's see. John Goodman has given some fine supporting performances lately, and now it looks like he'll get to play a lead role or two in the movies. This summer, Goodman is set to shoot King Ralph. That's the story of a nightclub entertainer, I guess in Chicago, who becomes the King of England after a series of unfortunate deaths in the British royal family, which leave him as the only heir to the throne. Must be a lot of deaths, I guess, but it's only a movie. Well, right after that, he'll be starring in Barton Fink. That's a comedy about the movie business set in the 30s, I think, and it's from the Coen brothers. They're the team that brought you Raising Arizona. And co-starring in Barton Fink ought to be up-and-comer John Turturro. He was the really bad guy in Do the Right Thing, and he's also got a key role in the Coen summer release, Miller's Crossing, which is really worth waiting for. Well, let's see. Jeff Daniels has appeared in such memorable films as, Something Wild and Purple Rose of Cairo, and, of course, Terms of Endearment. This summer, he might get a really big commercial success again with Arachnophobia. That's fear of spiders, for those of you who might have misplaced your dictionaries. It's the spine-chilling tale of some web-slingers who take over a nice guy's house in a most unpleasant fashion. And the nice guy is, of course, Jeff, who says that he had a rather unique co-star.
We do have some live spiders that... we actually have one spider that's quite large who has his own trailer, and he's a professional, though. He's been knows his lines, can hit his marks. He's a good actor for a spider.
Well, when it comes to the Oscars, few categories have traditionally provided more surprise winners than the Best Supporting Actor category and the Best Supporting Actress category. Will this year bring more upsets? Well, here's a very ill-informed guess. This time, Marlon Brando wants the Oscar to help Dry White Season's anti-apartheid message. But he was unhappy with the way the film was edited, and few saw it.
You see, what you don't realize that every time I won a case, they simply changed the law.
Mama, cars don't behave. They are behaved upon.
Driving Miss Daisy brought Dan Aykroyd his first nomination. A win could be surprising, but not out of the question.
I hope the movie says something about anti-stratification, you know, how really all silly it all is. You know, we may be perceived in life as having certain classes and stations and all that, and it's really just all kind of, you know, bullshrees, really.
But it's Denzel Washington who looms as the strongest challenger, thanks to his work in Glory.
You know, I've had my own feelings about playing slaves or ex-slaves or used-to-be slaves, but the fact of the matter is that is my history. Our history is Black American.
Yeah, I ran away when I was 12 years old. I ain't never looked back.
Lena Olin and Angelica Houston both won nods from the Academy as lovers of the same man in Enemy is a Love Story. But as co-stars, they do face tough competition.
There's something that's very alive in the script, which makes me wonder, and then I want to do it.
Acting, I think, at least when it feels its best to me, is like life. It's in the moment.
How do you manage it? Do you rush from one to the other?
I do the best I can.
Julia Roberts won the Golden Globe for Steel Magnolias, but the voters may prefer someone with more experience.
I think you always think you're scared to die until you really think about it. And I think in the end that's not such a bad thing when Shelby dies.
Please. I need your support. I would rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special.
And we'll find out the end of this month who wins. Well, on to This Week in Home Video, and you know, maybe it's time to buy that Father's Day present a little early this year, because what would be the perfect gift for lots of dads is out for the first time this week. No, it's not the love scenes of Susan Sarandon. It's Field of Dreams, starring Kevin Costner, Amy Madigan, Ray Liotta, and an Iowa cornfield that seems to sprout just about everything, with the possible exception of corn.
It's not a plot-oriented movie. It's not like 5 minutes into the movie where you know what's going to happen. You know, it's dependent on a journey. And when you sit down to watch this movie, if you give it that chance, that movie will take you to somewhere very, very special.
Ray, I hope you don't mind, but we got tired of just having practices, so we brought another team out with us so we could have some real games.
I don't mind. Where'd they come from?
Where did we come from? You wouldn't believe how many guys wanted to play here. We had to beat them off with a stick.
Hey, that's Smokey Joe Wood. And Mel Ott. And Gil Hodges.
The Ty Cobb wanted to play. None of us could stand a son of a bitch when we were alive, so we told him to stick it.
And you know, that actual field has become a major tourist attraction in Iowa. I think they really need a good theme park. When we return, we'll hit you with the Big 5 countdown, so stick around.
Explore 7 art forms that influence Western world culture and earn college credit through the Macon College Cable Connection. Beginning March 28th, Macon College and WCOX Channel 6 will bring you a unique 30-part telecourse on film, drama, music, literature, painting, sculpture, and architecture, hosted by actress-playwright Maya Angelou. Call Macon College today at 471-2800 for complete details.
Attention Cox Cable subscribers, just look in this month's cable bill and here's what you'll find. Be sure to present this coupon at Econo Auto Painting and get a new paint job at half price. Bring your car and coupon by Econo Auto Painting at 1046 Eisenhower Parkway today. Shin's Wok favorite selection chicken chow mein is only $2.19 with this coupon at Shin's Wok in the Macon Mall and at Tom Hill Senior Boulevard. Available only to people like you, Cox Cable subscribers.
The winds of change are blowing with a chicken sandwich made a whole new way. It's flame broiled to perfection, which means it can only come from one place. Introducing the BK Broiler Flame Broiled Chicken Sandwich. To make a great tasting chicken sandwich, sometimes you've got to break the rules. And now, after 4 p.m., buy one BK Broiler and get a second for just 99 cents.
I figured he'd be a dweeb, so I asked Wendy to accidentally bump into us.
Oh, you're crazy.
I wore slinky black, in case he wasn't a dweeb. So Wendy goes,
"Are you wearing a pad? It's kind of bulky."
She hands me these Tampax tampons. She was right. Boy, what a difference.
You look great.
Then he turned out to be such a babe that when Wendy showed up, I pretended not to know her.
For the comfort, for the confidence, more women trust their bodies to Tampax.
Today we'll talk more about proper tennis procedures. Let's begin. Never try to hit too hard. In tennis, conservative attire is a must. Avoid overexcitement. Maybe we should go through this one more time.
If you like soft rock music like we do, you'll love Sessions' new album called Secret Love.
It has 48 soft rock classics by the original artist.
Just listen.
So I'm saving all my love for you. If ever you're in my arms again, nights in white satin. I've been waiting for a girl like you. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
That's 4 records or 3 cassette tapes for only $19.95. 3 compact discs, only $29.95.
Call toll-free 1-800-441-0200. That's 1-800-441-0200. Or send check or money order to the address on your screen.
MTV Weekend. The world's greatest videos crammed into 48 hours and your living room.
My favorite color? Fuchsia. Because it makes me happy.
I remember times in my life when I loved purple because of Donny Osmond.
Black. It's easy to match. I like navy blue because it looks like black, but it's not.
And Chris Connelly back with you here on Color Coordinated MTV. It's time to get to the Big 5 countdown of the week's most popular movies. And hang on at number 5 again. Boy, more weeks on the chart than Paula Abdul. It's Born on the 4th of July with Kira Sedgwick and Caroline Cava and Tom somebody. Tom. Well, at number 4, and still holding up pretty well, this is kind of a surprise, actually. It's Madhouse with Kirstie Alley and John Larroquette, whose character is not afraid to be embarrassed every now and then.
I found him very admirable in his relationship with his wife. The idea of a man who is relatively sane and normal, who is driven to extremes by circumstances and finally has to basically become a maniac in order to rid himself of the vermin that have infested his life.
You're a barrel of laughs. Oh, ow.
I'm sorry, honey. Oh, my God. Did you ever do anything? Honey, you know when you told me that you were big for your age, I thought you meant you were tall. Oh, God, what are you doing? Mark, you have breasts.
Oh, that's a game we used to play. Macy's Thanksgiving Parade.
Sadist.
I'm having labor. Stop.
I'm going to get something to drink, all right?
Grab a snack while you're there.
All right, well, what is Hard to Kill exactly? See, it's prejudice and justice, and above all, Steven Seagal's career. In fact, his action picture, Hard to Kill, is worthy of its title. It's still going strong again this week at number 3. On to number 2.